Greg.
Greg.
And
Nice to meet you, Greg.
our show is called Teslafaninsight. Hey guys, today we're with Cris, and Cris is an owner of a Model 3. Happened to run into him, and as you know, we like to get the real dope on what people's experiences have been in case they have things that you might want to think about with your car as well. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Please remember to like and subscribe. We're on Patreon as well. Cris, can you tell us about your car? How long have you had it, and what do you have?
I have a Model 3.
Mm-hmm.
I purchased it July, so
okay.
almost 4 or 5 months now.
Terrific.
And
how many miles do you have on it?
2,500.
Okay, so
yeah.
You haven't been driving much then?
Just starting to drive it.
Okay.
Starting to drive it. I was surprised how early it got delivered. I was prepared to wait 4 or 5 months, and I got a call within 2 months.
Okay.
So
what's your configuration?
Model 3. I have that initial model that came out.
Okay.
That package.
Okay.
Yep.
And it only took a couple of months?
Mine was quick. I think I actually requested it at the end of June, 1 month.
Okay. Were you in the waiting list group with a $1,000 deposit, or you just?
Yes, for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's a long time, definitely.
Yeah, but that was okay. I was in no hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have it.
And where did you pick it up?
The Maryland Service Center up in the Gaithersburg area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. Tell us about goods and bads.
Goods is that it has lived up to all of the hype.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the driving. I took it on the road, as a matter of fact, last weekend, the Veterans Day holiday weekend, just to drive during the day, just enjoy driving and the feel of it. I just drove 200-300 miles south just to get out on the interstate, put some miles on it. And I like the way it handles, the responsiveness, sort of the nimbleness of it. Also like the power. The acceleration this morning, here we're at Dulles Airport, this morning driving on the Beltway and all of the traffic, the acceleration when you shift lanes, just slightly touching the accelerator, and it really takes off. I enjoy that feeling. Other thing about just the luxuriness of the interior, the appointments. I'm still getting used to the console, and with the recent software upgrades, a few things have moved, and for the better.
Okay.
So glad to see some things moved around on the screen. Let's see, I like the color. I've got a bright blue. Okay. And I really like the look of it. Just so happens I have this particular color, Model 3. My neighbor two doors over has the same color, Model S. Okay, looks very same, but that's what really comes to mind. The appearance of it, the handling of it, the comfort. It's very spacious.
Do you feel like you miss anything you didn't get for the same price? You could have had a Mercedes or BMW, etc. Do you feel like you're
no interest in those luxury cars?
Really?
I wanted all electric. Having been taken hostage a few years ago with the gas crisis and the feeling like I had no choice but to pay $4 a gallon, $5 a gallon. So when Elon and team came around with this sustaining the earth, I'll say, and it being all electric, and I'm never ever concerned again about having to be in a gas line or feeling that OPEC has me hostage. I was personally sort of insulted when I knew I had to pay $5 a gallon.
Wow.
I was like, no. So I've been waiting 7 years.
Wow.
I initially test drove a Model S. Just wasn't quite ready to pay that then. So I was glad to get in line for what was going to be a $35,000 car. Okay. But gladly paid, this $50,000. I'm okay with it because, hey, I'm not concerned about the price of gas anymore. And hey, all electric, very excited about it.
Any bads? What challenges have you had with the car?
Really, no bads. I'm still adjusting as I haven't got my charger in the garage yet. But I don't put on many miles a day, maybe about 20 miles a day. So I can charge it with the 110 outlet until I actually get around putting in the 240 for faster charging. No bads. I'm just still adjusting, getting acquainted with. So it's just second nature where everything is. But when you've been driving for 30 years a gas-powered car, things are just automatic. So I'm waiting for the intuitiveness to actually kick in, but that comes with experience. So when I think of bads, no bads. It's just my making that adjustment, that transition. Like I haven't even stored anything in the front.
In the front yet. Okay.
You know. So, but no bads except for when you go places, people want to talk about it.
Okay.
They want to stand and have conversations. And even now, I'm all too willing to talk about it. I tell you one of the highlights when we pull up to a Supercharger station and there are 3 or 4 other cars there, and we just stand there regardless of the hour, at night or morning, and we talk about our Model 3 experience.
Okay.
Probably the first one I had, I was driving south down through Virginia, and a group who was a family making a trip from Canada down to Florida. The guy's 12-year-old knew all about the car.
Wow.
And he was helping me with my first Supercharger experience. So, and the dad said, yep, this kid knows it all. He has studied the car. And I was trying to figure out, how do we pay for this? What is the rate? How much is it costing? And this 12-year-old pointed it all out to me on the screen.
Wow.
Now, it was my first experience, so I didn't know where to look, but I just said, it's here somewhere. So my wife and I, we were out on just being adventurous. So we'll figure it out. When the battery gets so low, we'll figure it out. So we had some fun with that.
Terrific, terrific. Any wishes, things you wish you had known before you purchased?
I wish I had paid attention and known about, what is it, the code that the various folks had, so use my code and so forth. I paid no attention to it. It didn't really register to me what that meant. I just knew I had a reservation for a Model 3, and at some point I would get a call and I could finish the configuration and so forth. So, you know, items like that now I'm a little more aware. More
so the code would have given you free charging, etc.
Exactly, exactly, good point. It would have given me that grandfather for life, or if that really would have been the case. But one thing I'm being more astute to is learning that sort of the rules or the promises are changing just a little bit, but that's okay. You know, who's expecting free Supercharger for life? If I get it for 2 or 3 years, great. But I do enjoy the software updates. Very much so, to just read what is changing and knowing that little features, such as the one when I first got it, I could get out of the car, but when I locked it, I did not hear that chirp or any sound at all, which is what I was accustomed to. So with the first software update that I received, that was a feature that was added. Just a nice personal touch, because that's something I'm accustomed to. Give me some audible that the car is locked. You know, and that way I don't have to look back, see did the windows fold down, the side view mirrors fold down, etc. But hearing that sound, then I can just keep walking away from the car.
Are there any software related sort of updates to the car that you'd like to see that aren't currently there?
None that I'm thinking of yet, because I'm still adjusting to what's already there. I'm looking forward to the I think it's just come out, the little fob. Yes, I've been reading and listening about that, so looking forward to that. I'll probably make that a Christmas gift to myself.
That's great. That's great. Any wishes on color? Are you happy with the blue? Might you have gotten another color?
Very happy with this particular color, blue. No interest in any of the other colors. So, just the color I'm fond of. So.
The other question that comes to mind is, as the cars are produced more, I guess quality is improving. Any challenges with body fit or any issues like that?
One thing I thought about, and I've been checking other Model 3s, if we can look at this for a minute. I was concerned on the headlight. I was used to expecting a flush fit in the headlight, but it seems to protrude just a little bit. And so I'm looking at other Model 3s to see if it's a flush fit or not. That's the, you know, small things like that, but I was still very clear that even if this was a flaw, and I don't know that, I'm okay with it. Knowing that I bought in very early, I'm not getting a perfected car, you know, but hey, 98% perfect, I'm good with that. So that's my son calling. Got to pick him up at the airport.
Chris, nice to meet you. Thank you very much, sir. Enjoy your car. Well done for the planet.
Hey, thank you.
Hey guys, you too. I just wanted to note, met Chris in the airport line here. He was kind of talking about his Model 3, as you just heard. very happy with the car, and for the reasons described. It's nice to get the opinion of current owners and input on what their experiences were and things to think about. If you all have any questions, suggestions, tips, happy to respond to them. I'm about to do my 20 leg lifts on each leg with a 5-pound weight. Remember, don't go to bed within 2 hours of eating to make sure that you don't get acid indigestion or cancer in the process. Omega-3, not a bad idea. Half-hour walk a day wouldn't be a bad idea either. Would love to hear any and all input that you guys might have. If you want to get the free supercharging, at the bottom we have a code that references how you could get little goodies from Tesla if you have a code if you're about to purchase your car. I'm going to jump in here. Have a good day, Cris. Now, I wanted to note to you guys that there are a number of people who have their cars already, and I was just thinking that one of the things that doesn't exist is a repository for where you can sort of get information from current owners that help support potential owners understanding what to expect from the car, or other little tidbits of information that'd be helpful. Cris has only had the car for 2,500 miles on the road, so he's a fairly young new user, and over time obviously he'll get more comfortable with the ownership experience. Any rate, I apologize, this wasn't one of our blockbusters. We do have a couple of really interesting shows planned. Obviously better lighting and so forth is our goal as we do our regular show, but I happened to run into him. I agree our camera work needs a little work, but it's always nice to get information on stuff that's useful. Please remember to like and subscribe. This is we're also on Patreon, could use your support there. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. I wanted to say tschüss in German, au revoir, goodbye in French, ni hao ma Chinese, namaste, a little Hindi, farvel Dutch, lahitraot Hebrew, Khoda Hafez Farsi, and in Jamaica we say Nuff respect, walk good man. Look forward to our next conversation. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Thanks once again for joining us.